Okay, Libra, let's see what comes out for your energy. I see Death card energy, endings to new beginnings. Yes! Woo! I want to celebrate here. A fucking huge energy of celebration where you know in your heart of hearts that this is the turning of the wheel. You've been waiting for this for so long. Such a long time coming. Death card is fucking clear as day. And so is the graduation of the world card. Okay? You killed and you called out what needed to be killed and what needed to be called out. You ended what needed to be ended. You survived and lived what needed to be survived and lived, is what I'm getting here. And that ending, that double ending of the death card and the world card, is you saying no to any lesser timelines. I'm also getting a lot of emphasis on fair weather people, fair weather friends, people that are kicking you while you're down, as well as people that want nothing to do with you if you don't have certain shallow boxes checked, right? Women that will only date you if you are employed, but they don't want to know your backstory, or if you have a car, but they don't want to know why you're in the situation that you're in. Men that only want to date you if you put out on the first date, or just stupid, simple, shallow shit like that. Their rejection is your protection because you have the goods. But if people are kicking you down while you're down, I don't even want to say that you're down, but people think that you're down and they don't see your rise, your resurrection, like a phoenix from the ashes. So they think that they're kicking you down while you're down, but you're really up. So you're really frustrated because you know that you're up. And you're like, why are you trying to reach out to me now when I'm up? Go fuck yourself. Where were you when I was down? Likewise with relationships, romantic personal relationships, those that didn't see your worth or wouldn't bear changing their what they call a standard, what really is their quote unquote societally implanted in brainwashed standard, is really their own defeat and their destruction. 222 on the clock. And so for the simple fact that they have the audacity to be arrogant and ignorant, to not allow you or welcome you or see your worth and value in your opposite worldview and spiritual perspective, means that they've lost their last chance. And so that's a good way to see who's fair weather, and it's also a good way to see who's really about you when you are down and out. Okay, so be mindful of who's starting to come around now that it's your time to shine, now that you're up. Okay? Because people that are just coming around during the last leg of your journey don't necessarily deserve you. Okay, because you've been doing this all alone. So don't forget that. You deserve all 100% of the credit. 321 on the clock, that's a divine number. I know that sounds arrogant, but at the same time, it's like motherfuckers weren't there when you were suicidal. Motherfuckers weren't there when you were depressed. Motherfuckers weren't there when you were unemployed, when you didn't have a girlfriend, when you didn't have a car, when you didn't have all this shit. And so now it's like, don't come around now that I'm up. Okay? And so that's what that is. You did the work of that inner illumination here. King of Wands in the reverse. And you know your worth and you know your value. So, when you set your standards, when you set your boundaries, when you set your roadblocks, it's there for a reason, and that knowing that they're there for a reason actually enriches you as your product, as your light, as your value, and you know it because it feels good. Fuck all these, you don't need the masses, right? The masses are pests and hindrances. You only need a few soulmates here with the Six of Cups in the upright, and I'm getting that you have more than a few on this divinely guided hero's journey, full card in the upright. Second or third chance evaluation from the spirits above, because they know that you were fucking like on some God of War shit, 444 on the clock, on some like, I will face God one-on-one. I will, you know what I'm saying? But again, it wasn't out of like anger or it was you knew that you had that spirit within you, that you were not separate from it. So you could do all this crazy shit and go on this crazy hero's journey because you knew that the fall was a part of the rise, and now you're at the rise part. And now your worst enemies fucked around and let you get a foothold, 4 pentacles in the upright. That's that foothold, that one foothold when you're climbing that mountain in the background that you need to just push yourself and pick yourself up. And when you routinize that, when you make that a routine day in and day out, well, now we're cooking with gas, you know. So I'm gonna leave that there. Let's move on to Scorpio and see what comes out. I'm also gonna turn on the lights. 555 on the clock. Love you guys. Holler for a reading. Peace.